Padre Pio thing, and this is early days in my my what now looks like a salvific journey. Work out if you put effort in, and it's up to you. And I always really felt that, and it made it hard to believe in God, because it felt like my managerial skills are what are going to amount to a fulfilled existence.
Yeah.
When all of my designs failed, when all of my plans went out the window, when my life had led to serious infliction of pain and damage on other people, I threw up my hands like, my plans are garbage and I don't want to be here anymore, and that was required to enter Pio. You had to actually, it's why it feels like celestial mathematics or some kind of divine, it feels way, too coincidental to be a coincidence. But my life was completely, like I told you, on fire, and I'm in a spiritual program where I go on Zoom, and we have meetings, and another person that was in this meeting, who's also part of this same fellowship of like the down and outs, was a man named Abel Ferreira. And he wound up seeing me in the meeting. We shared sensibilities. We had heard each other share a few times, and then he wrote me in the chat box, "Do you know about Padre Pio?" And of course, I didn't know anything about Padre Pio.
This is before the offer of the film. It's just, okay.
This had been gestating on his side for years, because his grandfather comes from the same region in Pietrelcina, and he has a connection to Pio in many different ways. He's not a Catholic; he's a Buddhist, which I always had trouble with as a person who was always self. And now, I'm not going to get into that conversation, but me and him have wrestled over this many times. And I thought, okay, well, what is this Padre Pio thing? And this is early days in my what now looks like a salvific journey from my side.
Yeah.
I was still egotistical on max. I was still grasping at straws. How do I hold on to what I've lost? How do I build a career again? And so when this director who I respected, I had known he made movies that I really loved. Bad Lieutenant for me is one of the greatest performances ever made, and I know he's an actor's director. And the fact that there was this director reaching out to me, because at this point I'm nuclear. Nobody wants to talk to me, including my mother. The manager's not calling, the agent's not calling. I'm not connected to the business anymore. And so the fact that this man reached out to me felt like something like, in my egoic mind, wow, this is a miracle.
This is my chance.
This is my chance. Yeah. And so my ego shows up. And now I'm like, yeah, well, Padre Pio. And my ego is what makes me research Pio. It's not my Catholicism or my yearnings towards God. So you thought this would be
a cool role for me to play.
Great, now I can get back on the horse.
Yeah, okay.
And so I start researching Pio. And as I'm researching Pio, he tells me about his plan.